Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today I'm super excited about this video. We're going to be talking about 12 coins that I think everybody should own or buy for their coin collection, and this is not going to be investment advice. This is just having a lot of fun with it, talking about some really cool things that I think you could put in your collection and that you'd end up enjoying having. For background, I'm not going to be doing things that I think are necessarily great purchases from a value standpoint, but I do think that they'll be fun to own. So let's get into the first one. And just one more thing that I thought of, most of this is going to be catered towards US coin collectors, but for world ones, listen in and maybe it'll make sense with you. But the first one that I'm talking about is have one weird denomination coin. So in America, there are half cents, 2-cent coins, 3-cent coins, 20-cent coins. There's so many interesting denominations that you probably didn't even know existed if you're not a serious or active collector, and they can be really cool to show to people who don't know too much about coin collecting. I know when I show people 2-cent coins or 3-cent coins, they're like, wow, I didn't even know that America was minting those. So that's our first one. Number 2 would be a commemorative $50, and these can be really cool. There are some that are super cheap and not made out of silver. I personally would recommend paying a little bit extra so that you can get one of the ones that are called classic commemorative $50, made from 1892 to 1954, but there's some great art on these coins. They often commemorate something cool, so for me, if I buy one, I would get either the Bridgeport or Connecticut $50, and they're just really unique coins that I think are fun to have in your collection. The third coin that I would recommend is to get an ancient coin that is ID'd properly. So basically, ancient coins, they're really old, but they're not always super expensive, and they're, for some reason, a ton of them have been preserved, basically. So I think it's fun to get these, and the thing is, if you can have the ID, it can show the story behind it, and you can contextualize a really neat piece of really old world history in your hands. Number 4 and number 5 kind of go together, but the fourth is a double die coin. There's a lot of them that aren't as well known, but they're just really interesting because they do look like they've been punched twice. It's actually an error with the dies that causes the doubling, but they're just really fun to look at and at least have one in your collection. I know you can get a 1995 penny for like $10. It's really not too expensive of a double die. And then the fifth one is then some other type of error. So whether that's like the cap die one that I found once, or if it's a really off-center struck, there's a lot of cool things. If you live in a certain state, maybe you can find an off-center error of your state quarter. That can be a cool way to have one with a little personal meaning, but I really like the idea of having one of those types of errors as well. Number 6 is a graded coin, preferably graded by one of the reputable third-party grading services like PCGS, NGC, ANACS, or maybe ICG. But they're really cool, and they're slabbed, and they can just really look professional. Often some mint state or AU ones, or it'll be older, but they'll generally hold the condition of the coin better than if you have it raw. That's not really the reason I do it, but it's just kind of fun to have something that is officially authenticated and graded, and can just be a fun thing to add to a collection. Number 7 is a special foreign coin. So there's tons of really cool world coins, and if you're abroad, it could be just a country that you're not from, because you probably collect a lot of coins from your country. But I think that it's fun to almost do some of your heritage. So for example, I have a lot of German ancestry, so it would be great for me to get a really nice old German coin. But that could really be anything for anybody. There's so much that you can do with it, but I think that it's fun to branch out a little bit and not just collect coins from your country. Number 8 is a proof coin or set of coins. Again, proof sets, it's something where they're maybe not the best investment. They can be good ones for certain years and certain coins. I'm not going to get into that right now. But what I'm talking about is really just buying a proof set. They're like $5 to $10, and it's just fun to have some proof struck coins. These are specially prepared by the mint, and they're not going to be like your regular coins. They have cameo or just a deep and interesting way of striking the coins. But they're just fun to have, and again, a lot of this is also fun to show and relatable coins to have in your collection that you can share the hobby with other people, but I think that everybody should have at least a few proof coins in their collection. Number 9 is American Silver Eagles, or maybe Bullion that is produced by your country. If you have a specific one, like Canada has the Maple Leafs, you don't have to have a lot of it. I think, some people like to stack silver, and it can be a good way to go is to just get some of the American Silver Eagles, but I still think everybody should have one American Silver Eagle, or again, if you're in Canada, you get the Maple Leaf, and if you're in some other countries where they're making coins, you get theirs. but it's fun to have some bullion silver as well. Often it's really fine silver, and it's just a good way to have some of it in your collection. Number 10 is some junk silver or constitutional silver. In America, this is 90% coins, often half dollars, quarters, and dimes that were made in 1964 or earlier, and you don't have to have a ton of it, but again, it's kind of just cool to think of the coins that used to be spent and they used to be made out of silver, while today there are various compositions that do not include any really precious metals. So that's why I'm just thinking it'd be fun to have a little bit of that, show people what it used to be and how our coins used to actually have some real value behind them. Number 11 is a coin that you think has gorgeous art. So for me, a lot of those are those classic commemorative half dollars, but there's so many different great coins. I think of some of the centime designs, the French cents coin in the early 1900s, really gorgeous. Some of the Italian early 1900s coins are really beautiful, and there's just so many different designs. Everybody has something different that might resonate with them, and I really would encourage people to just seek out some coins that you think are really beautiful, have them in your collection, because art is one of the things that I think a lot of people undervalue on coins. Again, not from a monetary standpoint, just having coins in your collection that are really gorgeous designs that you love, I really think is important. It can be super fun to own some of them. And then lastly, number 12 is a coin with special meaning. So it could be something that your great-great-grandfather owned and has just passed down from generation to generation. It could be the first coin that got you into coin collecting. It could be a really fun coin roll hunting find. It could literally be anything. But I think that there's, again, a lot to be said for personalization of coin collecting, making your coin collection look like it's yours, and it has some special meaning to you. All this, again, I'm going to reiterate, not maybe the best advice if you're looking to make money on coins, but can be a really fun, fulfilling way to have a coin collection that you're proud to display, is fun to look at for people who may not even know too much about coins, and just can let you have a lot of fun with it. So with that being said, best of luck with your coin collections. If you have some other advice, I'd love to hear it below. And I'm always looking to make more interesting coin collecting opinion videos, so if you have any ideas there, I'd love to hear those as well. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay in contact with me on my Instagram, TreasureTownYT, Facebook, TreasureTown, or my website, TreasureTownYT.com. And I love receiving packages from you guys. I'll unbox them in a video once I get enough, and my address for that is TreasureTown, P.O. Box 201, Greenwich, Connecticut 06836. So I'll see you on some of my other videos.